Hi, Em here from Aunt Em's Quilts and Em's Scrap Bag, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute drawstring bags. They have a firm bottom so they'll stand up. Alright, remember if you like my video to like and subscribe. Let's get started. What you'll need to make your drawstring bag are two 7 5/8 by 8-inch rectangles for the outside of your bag, and then the same measurement, the 7 5/8 by 8-inch for your lining. You'll need two 5-inch circles. This will be the bottom of your bag and the lining of the bag, so you can do that how you want. And then a 5-inch circle, and I just use leftover batting. Somehow I end up with a lot of that. So then you're going to need two 20-inch lengths. I'm using natural hemp because I want to string on some beads and jingle bells onto the strings, the drawstrings of my bag. But you can also use ribbon. So whatever you'd like to use as the drawstrings for your bag, that's what we're going to need, okay? Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take one of our outside squares, and we're going to come along the 8-inch side, and we're going to go down 1 1/4 inch and make a mark, and we're going to go down a 1/2 inch and make a mark, and we're going to do that over on this side also. Come down 1 1/4, and then 1/2 inch more. All right, and then we're going to line up I'm going to put right sides together. If you have a directional print, make sure they're both going in the same direction. And this will be the top of your bag where these marks are. It's toward the top of your bag. And we're going to sew here to this mark. Then we're going to stop sewing and come down to this mark and sew right here, 1/4 inch. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Come down to the mark. You're going to want to backtrack here just because it will help to keep the opening for your drawstring to go through strong. And then you're going to come and start sewing here at this line, back stitch, and continue sewing all the way down. Next, we're going to take our lining and we're going to line that up right sides together. And we're going to sew it all the way down on the 8-inch side. All the way down. So this is the 7 5/8. We're not sewing that side. We're sewing down the 8-inch side. And we're going to take this, we're going to open it up, and we're going to press our seams open on the outside and the lining of our bag. Okay? So press those open on both sides there, and with your lining also. And we're going to turn our lining so it's facing out. And we're going to put it, so we're going to want to find where our little hole is that we made. Then we're going to stick the lining up in here. Line up our seams here. This is our hole, so we're doing this close to the top where the hole is. And we're going to pin so our seams line up. We're going to go over on the other side so our seams line up. Yep. Pin that there. We're going to find that middle mark and pin it here. And that middle mark again on the other side. Pin it there. So we've pinned it all the way around. Now we're going to stitch all the way around this circle. Right, so it's going to look like this. We're going to open this up, and then we're just going to press this toward the lining. Press this toward the lining and make that seam really good. And then we're just going to turn everything in and press so we get a nice finished edge here. So it's going to look like this. Oh, I've got a thread. So you just want this really nice crisp edge here all the way around. Then we're going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch around to keep that nice and neat. And then we're going to come down 1 inch and we're going to stitch 1 inch all the way around, and then we're going to come down 2 inches and stitch all the way around. I just mark it on my machine from the presser foot 1 inch, and I make a mark with my pencil so I can follow that mark. So I do that at 1 inch and I do that at 2 inches, and then you're just going to go all the way around. So then it's going to look like this, and where our little hole is that we left when we were stitching the sides, that's open up here. Okay, and that's in between the 2 stitching lines. Then we're going to take our 5-inch circle and we're going to sandwich the 2 5-inch circles with the batting in between. Then we're going to stitch it through the middle. And we're going to stitch it through the middle here and the middle here. So you might want to just fold like this and give yourself a good solid line there. Line up where those 2 meet and give yourself another solid line here. Alright, and then you can just stitch on those fold lines, all 3 layers. So we're going to take our bag, here's our open side, we're going to flip it the other way so that our lining is on the outside. We have our seams, make sure they're lined up, and we're going to take it and find our halfway marks. And I just put a pin in that so I know where it is. I'm going to find my halfway mark here and put a pin in it. And then we're going to take this circle that we made, our sandwich circle, we're going to line up where our seam is here with the seams of our bag and pin it. And do that on the opposite side where the seams are. And pin it. Then when we found our halfway mark, we're going to line that up with the other seam, like that, and pin it. And do that with the other side. Pin it. And then I just find my in between here and ease things in and pin. And I do that all the way around. And when we get it all the way pinned, we're just going to take that to our sewing machine and we're just going to stitch that all the way around. Alright. Then I like to just trim and give me a nice finished edge. If you want to finish this, I don't ever finish this because it's the inside of the bag, but you could put bias tape over here and finish that off. And then you're just going to flip everything. Then I tie a knot onto my hemp and I stick a safety pin through it. Then I take it and I go to my opening that I have here and I stick the safety pin in there, and I'm just going to feed it all the way through the casing. Come past this other hole and continue around. And come out in the same hole that I went in. And I'm going to do that on both sides, so I'll use both of my strings that I cut, the 20-inch strings, and come out the other side. Like I said, I wanted to add jingle bells and beads, so I've added those to the end of my string. And then you're just going to pull it and you have this fun, cute little bag. All right. If you want to follow the link in the description below, I have a blog post on this, and it will show others that I've made where I've pieced the bag, where this is just like a one fabric. You can piece it, and you know I'm going to do that because I love scrappy stuff. So if you would like to see some of them that I have done that are scrappy, follow the link in the description below. Thanks for watching my video. We'll see you next time. Bye.